My name is Krista, and this is a mad genius. I just want to say that I have no intention to glamorize or distort the reality of schizophrenia or to place one person affected above another. This is intended to suggest schizophrenia as a spectrum with varying degrees of psychopathy and to challenge the notion of cognitive disability and decline as a universal symptom. Historically, mad geniuses. These are my four favorite mad geniuses. All of them were diagnosed with schizophrenia. Madness and creativity. Is there a connection? So what we see is that there are these are three of the aspects that are seen in creative brains. There's also seen in the brains of schizophrenics and in the brains of relatives of schizophrenia. One is the lipids and fatty acids in conjunction with norepinephrine. What we see is in persons with schizophrenia or relatives of persons with schizophrenia, they have a decrease in norepinephrine, and level is the same as seen in healthy brains when they're in active creative states. Also, there's a altered lipid composition in the brain, and this can lead to neural connections that are unique, generate novel thinking patterns, and then cell membrane fluidity that is disrupts neuronal signaling, but also can lead to increased cognitive flexibility and open thinking. We learned about the next thing we learned about the dopamine receptors, and we know that the less dopamine receptors in the thalamus is correlated to the positive symptoms of schizophrenia, but also when you're lowering this thalamic gating threshold, it increases the thalamocortical information flow. This barrage of uncensored information can lead to more divergent and uninhibited thinking and innovative ideas. So the less dopamine receptors, actually the more creative the person. Interhemispheric communication and right brain dominance has always been connected several times to creativity. In jazz musicians, they did a study where they had them come up with a song on their own and improvise. And the brain scan showed interhemispheric communication and right brain dominance. But when they were told to repeat a song of somebody else, then the left brain lit up. Also, interesting enough, Einstein had structural defects in his left parietal lobe that led to his right brain dominance. And then you'll see that relatives of persons of schizophrenia are overrepresented in the creative field. Right there, you can see in A that there's a positive correlation for less dopamine receptors in the thalamus and better scores on the Berliner intelligent structure that scores for divergent thinking, creativity, and inventiveness. This shows the right brain dominance of an interconnectivity in the hemisphere of creative versus not creative. Schizophrenia. Uh, right here, we've learned that in different studies that IQ and schizophrenia can be on a shared gene, a shared loci. However, when that loci is shared, it can lead to cognitive decline or low IQ. But when the schizophrenia is on its gene by itself, then it doesn't actually impact the IQ or the cognition of a person that has schizophrenia. And the people that came in a high IQ for these studies is 120 above or 129 above. And what it showed is the first people that came in with a superior high IQ, 5 years had no change in their IQ. They also didn't have any change in the white matter or the ventricles. These persons showed less negative, symptoms, but there's no change in their positive symptoms. They are more affected, more prone to mania and anxiety, and have more effective symptoms. This suggests a subtype or superphrenia high IQ variant of schizophrenia. Also, the absence of neurological defects were found in persons with the superior premorbid IQ. And the theory of mind scores, specifically over mentalizing, was indistinguishable from healthy persons. What does this mean? So basically, what this means is that yes, there possibly is a spectrum of psychopathy when it comes to schizophrenia. It also means that maybe low IQ and cognitive decline is not necessarily a symptom of schizophrenia as we're being taught. However, it is that a low IQ is more sensitive to genetic and environmental influences that lead to the development of schizophrenia and the subsequent cognitive decline. And my closing thoughts are what you don't know, we do know. This is for the individuals that are going into this field. Just some things that we learned, like the catatonic consciousness. I have schizophrenia and schizoaffective disorder. We are aware of what you're saying. When we're in certain phases, the maltreatment and misdiagnosis in medical care, the assumption that we're not intelligent and treating us like we're not intelligent and shaming us and making us feel bad for going into that or treating us like basically treating us like we're dumb, and we know that's happening to us. The one size fits all medication, maybe we don't need the same medication, maybe we don't want more D2 receptors, maybe we just want some anti-anxiety or emergency medication. And the interhemispheric and left brain suppression can't always get our words out, but that doesn't mean they're not inside there. It shows bias in the cognitive testing, structural bias in the cognitive testing of schizophrenia. Thank you.